Okay, let's get the satellite going so Miss Joan can see her soap operas. One 50-foot coax. And let's get it hooked up to the bay inside here. Ugh. Satellite. Okay. Let's pull the old handy dandy app up. 61. There it is. Good old Echo Star. Boom. And it's saying it's over there. Here, this is easy. Let's just put it on the compass. And it says we want to be right there. Perfect. Okay. One engineering tripod. One dish. God, that thing's heavy. One level. Good. Set up the dish. Put on the LED. Coax. All right, let's line this bad boy up again. And it says it needs to be right there, right there, right. Perfect. Tighten it up. Let's check our elevation. That's where we need to be. And check our tilt. Yep, that's where we need to be. There we go. And we wait. It's booted up. Boom. And we wait for signal. And we go to menu. Okay. System setup. Installation. Point the dish. Alright, that's good. Check the switch. I love this part. Check the switch. Only dish has check the switch. Test. Okay. Currently doing test 1. And the whole thing about checking the switch is going to see if it can find the 3 satellites that I'm looking for. So every time I move it, I've got to recheck the switch again. Only with dish. Drives me crazy. Crazy. Still waiting. Trying to get this in time for Joan's soap operas too. Test 2. We're making progress. Test 2. Oh my gosh, test 2. Test 3. Test 3. We're getting there. Somebody wants to buy something off Craigslist. Might as well get something done today. All right. Test 3. Oh my Lord. Test 4. Woo! We're getting ready to have us some satellite. Test 4, test 4, test 4. Test 4. Only dish do you have to check the switch every single time. Oh no. I have fewer satellites than previously detected. Nope. That was the wrong way. A little bit this way. Okay. Let's see where we're at now. I moved it again. I have one. I mean, I can watch some of my channels, but I mean, you know, really, just one. And we gotta check the switch again. Still doesn't look good. Still not there. We're going to have to check the switch again. Test 1. And we're still not there. Maybe it's the elevation's off a little bit. That happens sometimes. You would think they would use the same wrench for all the bolts, wouldn't you? But no. We gotta use 2 different sizes. And let's loosen it up right here. There we go. And we'll loosen it up right here. Okay. And let's change that elevation just ever so little bit. Let's go up just a little bit. Test the switch again. I know. Test. Number 1. Of 4. Yeah, boy. Satellite and RV living. Yeah, boy. I just love RV life. Yes, sir. With a satellite. Test 1 of 4. Again. One satellite. I'm gonna fix this. I've had it. Do this, put up with this stuff all the stinking time. There's just got to be a better way. I just can't do this anymore. Enough. I'm done. Forget it. Well, hi, it's Jerry with I Love RV Life. It's not always that bad. I know. If you've ever tried to set up a satellite with your RV travel, I know some of you have run into this, and you know, sometimes it's hit or miss. Let me give you a disclaimer first of all. We were with DirectTV for a long time. Loved DirectTV. We did a 3,500 mile trip last winter, this year, January, February, March. And was moving every week. Every single week we were moving. And I could set up my DirectTV with that tripod setup that you saw, which was an engineering tripod. Actually, if you look down in the show notes here, you'll see a blog where I wrote about it when we were down in Florida one time. And usually I could set that dish up in, probably 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, physically set it up, run the cable to it, get everything level, get it ready going, come into the DirectTV satellite, put in the zip code where we were at, get my azimuth, elevation, tilt, bang, go outside, put it in, and usually within 10 to 15 minutes, I could have all the satellites set up. It was not hard. It was not hard at all. The difficulty I had with DirectTV was my cost. I won't go into the numbers exactly, but I had roughly about a 40% savings by going to Dish, both in the sticks and bricks home, and I can own my unit, buy my unit to put here in the RV. And I've got they call it a 211Z, and then I've got a second hard drive that I use for my DVR. I think it was $75 to buy that, and I already had the powered hard drive, and it's $40 to turn it on. And I cut my bill substantially. So I had a dish, HD parabolic dish. I did have to order my LNB because I wanted to be able to use the East Coast feeds, and it wasn't a problem. Got everything set up. Before we left the sticks and bricks, I went outside, set the thing up. Yeah, you saw the process. The difference with Dish is once you find a satellite, if you don't hit all three, which is really, really rare, first time, and I've got an app. You saw my Satellite Finder app. It gets me within the general range. It hits it pretty close. I can always find one of them. And then that tweaking process is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. The reason being is you have to come back inside and check your switch again. And it just takes forever. So we were up in the North Georgia mountains, and after about, no joke, 3-4 hours, so frustrated, I came inside and I told Joan there's got to be a better way. And I'd been looking at some alternatives. So I went with the Winegard X2. Here's a picture of it. There's several things that several different products that Winegard makes. You can find the Dish Traveler. King has some excellent products. When we were at the campground, I saw both. And I saw the Winegard X2 as well. Why do I want to use the Winegard X2? Again, I'm Dish Network. So you may be in a situation where you've got trees on one side and it's blocking the eastern horizon, and there's nothing you can do, but you can see the western horizon. With Dish, you can use both eastern or western. And I typically use the eastern the most just because of a wider variety of local channels. I can still get my local channels from my home using that. Haven't run into spot beam issues yet. I probably will, but at least not like DirectTV. And I went with a Winegard. Let me tell you, I couldn't believe how simple that it was to set up. As a matter of fact, I set it up and redid it 5 times in a row just to make sure the thing worked. Come outside and I'm going to hook that up for you and just show you the difference. It's absolutely amazing what this thing is able to do. Pricey solution? Absolutely. But if you're in a situation to where you're moving, if you're planted somewhere for 6 months, I don't know that I would recommend this. Go with the physical setup. You've got time to be able to tweak it. But if you're moving every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, the last thing you want to do is spend your first day trying to get your satellite set up. The Winegard X2 for us was absolutely perfect. Why? First of all, it's got a bigger dish, much, much bigger dish. We had a rainstorm when we were up in the North Georgia mountains, poured, just absolutely poured. We did not lose the signal one time. I hear with the Travelers and the Kings, that can become an issue. I don't have any personal experience, just talking with my neighbors. But with this thing, it's got a much larger service, and it was worth the $150 premium as far as I'm concerned. Second, we don't have any plans to do it right now. You can run a second receiver. So we could run one here in the living room area, and then back in the bedroom area, we could run one as well. So let's step outside, and I'll show you what that setup's like. It's It's mind-blowing. It's so simple, it's unbelievable. Follow me. So for starters, I bought the stand. This thing is awesome. Level it. So you've got these little adjustments here. You can move it out a little bit and then just take one of these shims and just kind of put it on there like so. And see, get it nice and leveled up. And that way as well. And we're looking good. Okay. And here it is. Now this has to be pointed toward north. So I'm going to get my compass. Find north. So it doesn't have to be exact. It's got some little locks in there, you can take care of that, but I'm not going to go through all that for this stage. So if you'll notice, you've got two connections here, a main and a secondary. We're going to hook it up to the main. Here we go. I've got the Winegard X2 set up outside. Took me, what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? I could have probably done it quicker if I wasn't trying to hold a camera while I was trying to level it up. Very simple process. Find north, hook up one wire, make sure you can see the horizon where your satellites are located. In my instance, we're going to be looking at the dish east. So I've got the satellite finder app. You can see the see that in the notes below where you can get that. Very, very simple. Love it. Works great on iPhone, works great on Android. So I got my iPhone here, and we are going to start this process now, and I'll let you see the timer. Here we go. Here we go. All right, off we go. I've already got one receiver selected. You'll see that. I'm going to come down. My mode, I want to be able to get mode B, which is satellite 77, 72, and 61.5. That's the eastern arc. I'm going to go over here. I am in Georgia. I'm going to scan. Here we go. Doing a switch test. It's not as bad as the last one. As you see, while it's going through the first switch test, the unit actually spins all the way around looking for the satellite. That takes roughly about a minute or so. So far, we're 4 minutes into this thing. Sorry, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And we've already started on switch 2. Starting on switch 2. Now as this goes into switch 2, you'll notice it's setting up some very fine tuning as it's trying to find all three satellites, and it moves ever so little, and I do nothing. So you're seeing the fine tuning. I just showed you that in the clip outside. We're now currently into switch 3 of 3. Boom! We're already going into the acquiring signal phase. And we are at not quite 6 minutes into the process. Almost 6 minutes into the process. There we go. Golly, that was blurry. Sorry. 6 minutes. So that says it takes no more than 5 minutes for this to occur. So now you're actually seeing the signal acquisition taking place. That's the first of 5 bars. Now we're currently sitting at the third bar. Almost done. Boom. So now we have just finished acquiring signal. We're now 9 minutes into this thing. No big deal. Working out great. 9 minutes. So we're at 9 minutes. That's about 5 or 6 minutes to set it up outside. Power up. Push the button, get started. We're at 9 minutes. We have found all 3 satellites. We have acquired the signal to all, and now we're going through the program guide. So this process, even if we were going with a physical dish, would still have to occur. We are 12 minutes. 12 minutes from the moment I turned power on, and we almost have a fully functional system. And the biggest time frame here is really downloading the guide. It found here's the amazing thing. It found the satellites faster than it takes to download the doggone program guide. But, you know, you want to have the program guide, right? So there you have it. That's all it took. Can you believe that? So looking at the guide, there we go. A little bit of Outlaw Josie Wells. Can't beat that. What did I show you? 19 minutes, 30 seconds roughly. So that is from the moment that I walked in through the door. 5-6 minutes to set it up outside. Power up, turn the TV on. Satellite acquisition probably in 5 or 6 minutes. No problem. And then the rest of it is just typical receiver stuff. Finding the signal. And then, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes to download the guide. What a beautiful thing. Again, DirectTV World, I got pretty proficient at it, and it's a simpler system. Dish World, it is not a simpler system. The check switch will drive you crazy. But I'm not using month to month. I found a great deal, locked in my price for 2 years. I'm not pitching Dish. I don't have a way to be able to do that. Other than it was substantially less expensive, and I got more channels that Joan and I liked. And that was really a major, major benefit for us to be able to choose that system over DirectTV, and I'd been a DirectTV customer for a long time. Both systems are excellent. I am not going to dispute it or debate it. I like them both. It was purely a cost issue. Now, aside from that, I did have to go out and buy that Winegard X2 Pathway portable receiver. Would I have done that using DirectTV? I'm not sure. But I will say this. Less than 20 minutes to set up your receiver and have it going with all your channels is awesome. It takes all the frustration out of your arrival when you get to your camping destination. It takes just absolutely minutes. The thing doesn't weigh probably, 10, 15 pounds. It's very, very light. Level it on a stand, set it on the ground, whatever you choose to use. And then hook it up, point it north, come inside, turn it on, push the button, and rock and roll. Look, we're watching TV, commercial, and it takes no time from setup. So down below, you can look in the notes for this video where you can buy the stand, where you can buy the X2 Pathway. Look, if you want to try the Traveler, they're $150 cheaper. If you want to try something like that, just understand that from what I have spoke to others, is they have a greater opportunity of signal loss on heavily cloudy days right before it rains and during rainstorms. Our experience with the Winegard X2 Pathway is that we didn't suffer any of that. We had a hard rain. I'm sure we're going to face it at some point in time, but for now, it's a beautiful thing. It takes all the stress out of your setup. You hook it up, you push the button, get you a cold drink, and within less than 20 minutes, you're going to have satellite, and it's going to be crystal clear. I love it. I love it. Below, I've also listed 2 blogs that you can go to, a little bit more information about this setup. And if you are going the DirectTV route, I've got an excellent blog on how you can use a manual dish to set that up. So, as always, this is Jerry, and I love RV life, especially now that I've got that Winegard X2 Pathway.